And I can put you in. I can put you in. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
So, welcome to the BHLC podcast. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I got a great show for y'all. Very light-skinned, Good Friday, Easter happy. Yes. Right down here at 21st Germantown, out of Barrel Room 21st. One of my sponsors, right down here doing my podcast every second Saturday of the month. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll have a great show. But before I get started, I got to go over a couple things. First and foremost, let me give love, like I said, to 21st Germantown. They got a country band here tonight, and the country band's name is Joe Clark and the D-Boom Pittman Fugitives. Joe Clark and the D-Boom Pittman Fugitives, and these ain't America's Most Wanted fugitives. These are country singer fugitives. So make sure you come down here. It's a $10 cover charge. They're starting up here about, I think, 8 o'clock, 8:30, somewhere through there, and come down here and support this. You got good drinks, good food, and everything. So make sure you come down and support it. Like I said, this is one of my sponsors. I'm down here at 21st Germantown, 1481 South Shelby Street, Louisville, Kentucky. Also, I'd like to give much love to the Smile Center, 7405 LaGrange Road, my dentist, Dr. Kane, one of my sponsors. And also, last but not least, the Pre-Father's Day comedy show here, June 17th of this year. I got some great comedians, got a great host, and I'm gonna get a little bit more than that. But this is one of my sponsors too, and it's a BHLC production. Yours truly. So also too, I want to go over this. Let me go over this. There are a lot of podcasts out there on a daily basis, but it's a podcast that I always tune into and I always be part of as a guest because they show me so much love and they're so humble and they give me so much love. Make sure you go to Instagram at 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, and add Mook in the morning. Mook in the morning, okay? Add that. And Mook's from the Wu-Tang Clan. And go check out their podcast. You can tell them the big light-skinned comedian sent you. They'll know I sent you. Because if you come in talking light-skinned stuff, they'll know I sent you. Because I'm always talking light-skinned stuff. That's just who I am. With light-skin is in. So, but go to Mook in the morning on Instagram at 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday. They have a great podcast there. Have a lot of good stuff they talk about, so go check them out. And I'm gonna put a little more emphasis on that later on. Also, too, I want to talk about, like I said, Good Friday was yesterday, and Easter's coming up. So make sure you enjoy your Easter. Do something with your kids, or do something with yourself, something positive, whatever. Good Friday was yesterday. Might not have felt like it if you had to work, but it was Good Friday. So make sure you enjoyed that. Just trying to make sure I covered everything here. I think that's just about everything I need to cover. Yep. Like I said, I got a great show for y'all tonight. I'm about ready to bring in my guests here. But before I bring in my guests, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about them. Here, I always let my guests tell a little bit about their own self because I know some of my guests have such a nice resume. He's a real good friend of mine, good stand-up comedian and producer. Be honest with you, I met him through a friend of mine named Tyra Crush. I did a show for him one time. And we had a good time. I did a show. We had a great time. And ever since then, we've just been cool, just been kicking it. I like the brother. He's always down. Very good people. Crazy in his own way, but a good way. And just a good brother, man. And we also did, what was that one we did? Fender Den of Sin radio show here. And that was a great radio show. We did some comedy on. But give him a BHLC podcast. I'm about ready to bring him into the podcast. I give it up for my good friend, the one and only, Jai Chandler. What's up,
Thank
Jai?
you, Pimp. What up, Pimpin'?
What's going on, man? You
I
doing
mean,
all right?
yeah, man. You know what? Before we begin,
Okay.
because I don't want to have any moments the
Mhm.
whereas I tell you this, and then it breaks the continuity or the vibe or whatever. So before we get into it,
Okay.
just
Okay.
let me tell you this:
Okay.
you are the only person who's called me Jai
Ah,
since Rico. For
okay.
real, Rico
I
love
love that brother, man.
Rico. Rico, man, before we even start, I just want to say this about Rico, man. He used to get under my skin when
Right.
he would introduce me as Jai Chandler. But I'm like, bro, you know my name is Jay. Oh shit, Chandler. God damn, boy, you know I'm half retarded. Damn, I forgot. Yeah. But
Right.
and the thing is, man, he's gone, and I would give my left kidney for that.
Yes. Rest in peace,
So
Rico.
yeah, man. So for you to say Jai Chandler, it just brought him back for a
Rico,
second,
I'm
G.
sorry I mispronounced it, but now I'm kind of glad because it brought Rico to light, and I love that brother to death because he definitely was the next big thing in Louisville. Little things, you know how he always wrote. He was always funny and just a great comedian. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. I told a little bit, but like I always like my guests to tell people a little bit about themselves. Also, before you go, let me just say this: there's no right or wrong on my podcast. We're just expressing opinions and thoughts about different things. Okay, so y'all can't sue me. There's my disclaimer. So with that said,
All
tell me a
right.
little bit about yourself, John.
Uh, I grew up. I was, born and raised DC.
Okay.
We was seeing a lot of violence.
Hmm.
So my mom took us to Danville, Virginia.
Okay.
So like there, I was always into music.
Okay.
So I learned how to, like, I saved my allowance money and stuff. So by like third, fourth grade, I had not two turntables, but two record players.
Yeah, I see you be doing them in clips.
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, so I learned how to mix.
Right.
So I learned how to DJ at a very early age. But
Hmm.
at the same time, I was very goofy.
Okay.
You know, I was very goofy. So I would make these tapes. You know what I'm saying? WJEIFM.
Okay.
And it would like really sound like radio station. But fast
Right.
forward, I've always been a class clown.
Right.
And what started me, what got me into comedy
Hmm.
in the realm that I'm in it
Right.
was Hey Jay Thompson out of Cincinnati
Okay.
because I had somehow in Lexington talked myself into doing a 3-minute spot for $50,
Okay.
but then I wind up hosting for 200.
Mm. Wow.
Right, I was winning, right?
Okay.
Okay, no, I wasn't. Tickets to that event was $30 a piece, and that motherfucker was packed.
Right.
So after I saw that, I got on the phone with him. It's like, how can I do this shit myself?
Right.
And he gave me that much game. And
Mm.
from that, bam.
Right. Yeah, see, that's love right there, man. Because
Yeah,
I, I I just know when people help you out in this entertainment thing, especially if it's good positive help, that's straight love.
yeah.
That's
That
love. It really is.
that show, the show that I don't know if you know him, but that one show we did a long time ago
Right.
at it was a back to school John.
Right. Yeah. I think it's Haywood
Me,
J was the
me and-
headliner. Yeah.
he was on there.
Yeah. He was on that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely was. Yeah. Like I said, I just want, man. We go. I just want to chop it up with you, man. I'm gonna put a couple of things on here that we just chop it
No
up.
problem.
I see you over here having a good time, and that's what I want. I want you to be who you are. We're gonna have a good
Hey
time, man.
man, hey, you
Uh,
know what?
What's up?
This is probably what I was gonna be doing anyway, just chilling. This is what I
Right,
do.
right.
You
Yeah,
know.
I see you do. You are, and I also want to say, I enjoy your clips you put on to mostly Instagram. I know you put on Instagram, as far as with music or whatever. But a lot of them funny clips, and some of them just be strictly about music, like you say, doing your DJing and stuff. I love all that type of stuff, man, because it just keeps me going and everything. I want to talk about this here because this is kind of big in America. Let's talk a little bit about mental health, man.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about mental health a little bit. Mental health is big here in America. And a lot of people in a dark place. I was telling somebody the other day, if you're in a dark place, the thing about being in a dark place, you always got to remember there's always some light behind some darkness. So
Right.
eventually the light's going to shine. You just have to know that you're going to get out of that dark place. And a lot of us in dark places, not only because of COVID 2020, it's just because a lot of things is going on in America today with the economy, whether it's your relatives or whatever. So my thing about mental health is I always try to make sure that, especially friends I got to know they got mental health, I always work on self first. I was kind of talking about this on Mook in the morning. Working on self first is the most important thing. If you work on self first, it may rub off on somebody else you're around. So you can talk about mental health a little bit. Go ahead and elaborate a little bit more on that.
Um. hmm. First and foremost, I have to ask this question:
Okay.
is there a possibility that someone can be born with post traumatic stress disorder?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
well, with that being said, a whole lot of us are born with it.
Yeah. Yep.
A whole
Yep.
lot of us are born with it, and
Yep.
I'm glad that I was given a gift. Cause see, sometimes the universe opens certain doors for you.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
The way is you may have wanted to go through that one, but yeah, that one may not be the one for you. This one may be better for you.
Right.
And that was with music and DJing and
Right.
that avenue.
Hmm.
But it was like comedy was more because, like you say, a lot of us are in a dark place.
Right. Yep.
That light is can be that joke,
Yep.
that one particular joke that can be the light for you. And then when you get on the mic and say it and people laugh, you don't know what that person that laughed, you don't know what they may have been going through. And that may be the release for them.
Right. Yep.
So I'm glad to say that I have a gift in that area. But
Yeah.
mental health is, yeah, but the thing that I kind of disagree with is when people say comedians come from a dark place. I don't think we do.
Not all of us.
I
No,
just
you're right.
think I just think we have a way that where we've healed from whatever to where we can block it out and laugh about it,
Right. Yep.
and make others heal through laughter.
You're right. And that's what you're right,
So
because I come from a light skinned place. No, for real though. I do. But here's the thing, doing stand up is like a mental health release for me. I self help. And
Mhm.
let me just say this first and foremost while I'm on this podcast to the people, male or female, there's nothing the matter with getting help if you need it. A lot of men feel like I ain't getting no help. I don't need no help. I'm a man. I can figure it out. I've always figured out that there's nothing the matter with getting help, personal help, because what you think you don't need is something you may need. So there's nothing the matter with getting help, you know. And but comedy's always been I wouldn't say stress relief, but it's more of a just talking about things I've been through in my life, and it does make me feel better to make somebody else laugh about my
Mhm.
dark places or light skinned places, whatever you want to call it, and they enjoy it. To send people home with a soul full of laughter is the best thing that can heal you as an individual. That's all I can tell people. When you're doing stand up, at the end of the night, when somebody say, "Man, I really enjoyed it. I laughed. I feel so good." That's all I need. That's all I need to hear. So that said, mental health is always going to be around. But with that said, you have to really, really take care of yourself with that one. A lot of times, a lot of us walking around with it don't even know we got it. And I know a lot of our younger generation got it, and a lot of them, some of them admit to it, some of them don't. Some of them, are using it as a crutch. I think not really in the middle, but just use it as a crutch, like not to go to work. So, but when you have it, and if you know you got it, you just got to get some help. And I like talking about it because there's a lot of military people. Because also in the military, we got a lot of homeless vets that out there that got it. So a lot of people wondering why he's homeless. Well, he's went through some things in his life. That don't mean he's a bad person because he's still a human being. So y'all got to try to treat people fairly, So, but I wanted to elaborate a little bit on that mental health because mental health is really big and we take it for granted, man. We really do. I want to talk about that. This is another one. This is April's Sexual Harassment Month, and I just want to bring that to light a little bit.
They got a month for that?
Yep, they sure do. That's what I
What
say.
the fuck?
Say what the fuck?
You got a month? Wait a minute. Is it a month that you can get away with doing it, or a whole month of motherfucker? Nigga, she so much, she don't leave a note on the table to say you get some pussy when you get home. You better.
This is the month you do not want to say. This is the month you do not want to say that female at work. You look nice in that dress today. This is not the month to say that.
No, hey, wait. Look, check this out.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna tell you something. And I tried to. This is crazy. I was in the Dollar Tree. Went to the Dollar Tree.
Right.
Over there on, well, I ain't gonna say where it was, but I went to Dollar Tree, right? And little youngin, these guys, they work there.
Okay.
And they having a conversation about this one chick, and it was very inappropriate.
Okay.
So I said, "Hey, little homie, come here. Let me holler at you for a second." He said, "What's up, OG?" I said, "Have you seen your district manager?" I said, "Do you know your district manager?" He was like, "Nah." I said, "You never met your district manager?" He was like, "Nah." I said, "You never met your area manager?" He's like, "Nah." I said, "You never met nobody from HR or nothing?" He was like, "Nah." I said, "How do you know I'm not your district manager?" And I just sat here and heard your whole conversation. I can tell you something right now. Right. You ain't got to grab a girl on the ass to get a sexual harassment charge, bro.
That's right. You be verbal. You're right.
Sexual harassment is at the discretion of the complainer.
Right.
The one complaining is at their discretion. And they have this word called unwelcome.
Yep.
That could be unwelcome. A lady could be walking by and just hear that conversation. That's sexual harassment, bro.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That's sexual harassment. That's like, did you hear about Michael Irvin? Some female was trying to get him for sexual harassment, but they had a video of it. Here's what happened. He was coming into some lobby at the hotel or whatever, where he was staying or whatever. Came into the lobby. You got to remember, this is Michael Irvin. He played for the Dallas Cowboys, famous wide receiver. I'm sure he has fans come up to him every now and then, because he's a Hall of Famer. And on TV all the time as a commentator every Sunday during football season. Some female, and they got the video of it, she comes up to him, talking to him. They kind of come to each other simultaneously because she was kind of called him over. So he came over and started talking to her. They passed words. He never touched her. And all the videos, you see him talking, and he came back and talked to her and said something, and then he walked away. And then next thing you know, he's got a sexual harassment charge. Like you just said a few minutes ago, it's up to the complainer if it's a sexual harassment charge or not. Now all of a sudden this man.
See, here's the thing. Now see, it's a light skin thing. See, this some light skin shit right here. This some light skin shit. Look.
Right.
I go to work, right?
Okay.
Let's just say Candace got some nice ass titties. Okay. She always wearing low cut shirts. She's showing them titties, right?
Right.
Now, I'm all brown skin there compared to you. I'm black as Wesley Snipes.
Right.
So, she may not be attracted to me. She like the light skinned guy, which would be you. Now, me, I could just walk up and say, Candace, that's a very nice sweater. And me, that's really me. That's a very nice sweater.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's Chanel. It's very nice. I felt uncomfortable. But, being because that's unwelcoming. But being as though she likes the light skinned guy, it's welcoming if you walk up and say, "Hey, bitch, let me slap my meat across that cleavage." Oh, you're so crazy with your light skin fell. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
that the complainer.
But you're right. That's a good point. Check this out because, like, so I've been sexual harassment in April, and we mostly talking about the females. But let me just say this: there are some males that get sexually harassed. We all on the females right now, but there are some males, and they don't get hurt. Can you imagine?
I have
Yeah, now hear me out. Can you imagine somebody going down to the Hall of Justice here in Louisville, Kentucky, and taking out a EPO on somebody, a female that's harassing him? You know, they probably look at him like, "Yeah, right."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it does happen. There are women stalkers out here. So when I'm saying women, yeah, I know we hard on y'all right now. It ain't just you all that's getting harassed. It's also men getting harassed. So we have to
Hey,
make sure.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something.
What's that?
You know, men get sexually assaulted by women a lot, but they don't report it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Did you know that?
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how. When a woman wake you up in the morning by giving you head, technically that's sexual assault because she didn't get consent before she did it.
Right. She's
You
decided.
know, but you know, I ain't no snitch. So
Right.
she could wake me up at like 6:30 because I gotta be at work at 8.
Right. I'm just. I'm telling you, man. Sexual harassment is, like you said, it's up to the complainer, but just be
Hey,
aware
but
of it.
let
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Finish.
let me iterate. Let me bring something to light as well.
Bring it to light.
You know how like well like a woman may report something that happened back in the day and it's so far back, people say, well, why she ain't say nothing?
I've heard
You
that.
know,
Yep.
right. Now the thing is, and I'm glad we're talking about it because I want there to be some common ground
Right. Yep.
between the victim and the spectator. To the victim, that could be very offensive when people say, "Well, why she ain't say nothing?"
Right.
Because there could be factors involved, whereas they don't want to have to tell that fucking story all over again in front of a bunch of people, and then somebody's thinking they lying, and they don't want to go through that again, right?
Right. You're right. And that's what
But
it's.
then
Mhm.
people, and so that could be offensive to them. But then at the same time, they have to understand as well. When you got a chick like Desiree Washington,
Right.
you sometimes you have to question things. But yeah, man, I get it and I understand, and I just wanted there to be some common ground to whereas sometimes when people say, well, why didn't she say anything? I don't want any, you know what I'm saying, to
Right.
be able to don't be nasty toward the victim. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? They understand, that not everybody's being a jerk about it.
No, not. And I just want people to be aware of it because sometimes you don't even. And I'm saying this in a perspective where not me and not you, but there are some people, whether it's male or female, they don't even know they're doing sexual harassment. At least that's what they say by something that they actually and what they're saying. So you just have to watch what you say and what you do to the opposite sex every now and then, and even sometimes the same sex. That's right, I said it. But let's talk about this too, because I know you heard about this, and we was talking about this too on a movie morning too. We was talking about the Tennessee
Tennessee
school.
school shooting.
Oh my man, let me just say this, and I said this. I don't know the answer to all these shootings at these schools. I do not have a solution for this violence at these schools. But I will say this. This is what I said on the movie in the morning. I know love is one of the main things that can heal anybody, whether you have a mental state or not. That's like when I was talking about mental health. You don't know how much it may mean to a person, especially a person with mental health. If you text them, call them, or either when you get with them, you hug them, because that could take them to a whole nother ground showing love. I don't know the answer. Like I said, this Tennessee
Mhm.
school shooting thing, any type of violence at these schools, but we have to be better at doing this at protecting our kids because they are our future. And I did say this, and I'm saying this to the politicians on my podcast. I know there are a lot of things that you have your priority lists on politicians, especially ones in certain states or whatever. I get that. But your top priority should be the safety of elementary, middle school, and high school students. If that means putting metal detectors in every school, security guards in every school, and if that means getting more money, y'all taking a pay cut, because I see y'all getting raises, but you're not putting more stuff into the schools where teachers have less resources. Some schools can't afford security. So I'm saying this to all the politicians out there in these states. Let's put some money way more money than what we putting into the schools to protect our kids. That's just my thought on it. So what are you thinking about? What do you think about these Tennessee school shootings?
I got a question for all the politicians. I want to know why the hell is it a motherfucking 16-year-old probably can't even do an essay or even spell Hitler Cox, but they got them. These children can get a gun quicker than they can get an education. I want answers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I want answers.
Yeah, you're right. It's a 13-year-old can get especially up in Chicago, a 13, 12-year-old can get an AKA faster than they can a book or get a computer to do something.
Then what did a 6-year-old just shot a teacher after she warned him that he was violent?
That's what I'm saying. Back to resources for our teachers in the schools. But the politicians out here, especially in the high, especially the ones up in the White House, you got, like I said, somewhere along the line, that has got to be a top priority at the very top of the list. Because they are our future, right? Last time I checked, kids are our future. Because us older people, we ain't going to be around 20, 30 years from now. So I have a problem. And I heard the reason why. Thank you, sir. Ed just brought me something here, Josh. He's brought me something here to eat. He's giving me something here for 21st Germantown. It's probably something Ed made. If Ed made it, I know it's good. Get on in here, Ed. There he is. There he is. So,
what up, Ed?
So,
brand new today, smoked meatloaf.
All right, we got smoked meatloaf made by Big Ed at 21st Germantown. You know it's good if his name is Big Ed because he's going to eat like he's Big Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to try it here. Matter of fact, I'm going to try it here on the podcast. And if it ain't good, you'll know by my facial expression. Let me try it, John. I will give you some, John, but you ain't heard.
You good.
Oh, yeah. I think Medea made this shit here. It's good, y'all. Y'all need to come down and get some. He'll give you a sample too, probably.
Have you ever had a smoked meatloaf before?
Never had a smoked meatloaf. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Smoked meatloaf. He's going the extra mile. But back to Tennessee school. They said the reason why she chose that school, John, is because it had less security. Ain't there something? It had less security than some other schools. So that's why I say we got to do better with far as security with our schools, and we just got to do better. And I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on that because that is just, man, it's our kids, man. It's our kids. Should no kid have to worry about going to school, not knowing they're gonna come home and not get shot. Nobody should have to worry about that. Here's one. Let's talk about this because I know you're a stand-up comedian. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen the Chris Rock thing? Selective outrage. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I liked it. Some people like Chris Rock, some don't. But let me just say this about stand-up, because I'm going to talk about another stand-up comedian too as we get through with this one. I liked it. Some people didn't. I liked it because he waited before he came out with this after he got the smack from Will Smith, and he talked about it, and I liked it. And being a comedian, I tell people all the time, like you just said, not all comedians are coming from a dark place, but he did come from some things that he had been through. But he's coming through what he just been through in the past year or two. And that's what comedians do. We turn some hardship into laughter because we know how people love that type of stuff. But what's your thought on the Chris Rock selective outrage stand-up?
First of all, I don't want to say first of all. I just want to say it was very inspiring.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it was very inspiring is because I know and Chris Rock, is a genius.
Oh yeah.
I remember Chris Rock on the Uncle Ray show. Do you remember that on HBO way back in the day
Yeah.
with Arsenio and Marsha
He had his own
Warfield?
show too at one time. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember
Chris
that.
Rock was on that. That was his debut.
Yep.
He's been a genius for years.
Yes, he sure
But
has.
that shit that he dropped,
Yeah.
it was inspiring.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that Netflix paid him for that and I'm still punching the clock. It inspired me to get on my grind.
That's right. Yeah. Like I said, we all as comedians, we talk about what we've been through, and we just, it's just what we do as comedians. We talk about what we've been through and bring it to light, and y'all will laugh because it's just what we've been through as far as dealing with people on a daily basis and through our life. You know, that's all stand-up comedy is what you've been through and what you've seen with your two eyes throughout your whole life. You know, I know who I am on stage. I can't be nobody else but the big light-skinned comedian. I talk about a lot of light-skinned problems and issues, but that's who I am. You know who you are on stage. You can't be nobody but Jai Chandler, and that's who you are. Day one, always, 24/7. And being who you are is a beautiful thing on stage. And some people accept it, and they can relate to it because there's a lot of people, because every person has a twin out here in life. I always say that. A lot of people that can relate to what you're going through because they've been through some of the same things. That's why they can laugh with you on it. They can really laugh. And that's why when Chris Rock did this, I like the way he waited a while before he done it and then decided to come out with it, you know, because he was like, okay, I'm going to bring it. But when I bring it, I'm bringing it. So I really do. I really like the way he done that from that point of view. You know, I really do. Now, I don't know if you've seen other night. Other night, did you?
It was like,
it was.
Oh, my bad. I got a bad signal, man.
Oh, it's all right. I can hear you, though.
It was, to me, it was like that Ice Cube effect on Death Certificate. You remember when he dropped that joint where you listened to that whole album to where you was waiting on him to diss NWA. When you finally forgot about it, that here it go. Oh, you thought it was over, huh? It was just at the end, a lot of people are dissing him because, like it is, selective outrage. People wanted him to, especially a lot of people from the Black community, wanted him to react very angrily.
Right.
And he didn't. So that's what I saw from a lot of people. But from me, from my standpoint, if you're asking my opinion, when he said, I didn't do anything because my parents told me not to fight in front of white people, I was like, nigga, what the fuck?
Right.
You would have just been better off saying, look, I ain't no fighter, I'm a comedian. I never been in a rumble before. This type of shit never happened. Then it's on TV and whoop-de-whoop. I didn't want to fuck my check up, so I just went on and took it like a G. You know what I'm saying? And kept it pushing. I'm sorry or whatever. But to me, but if you ask me personally, y'all people keep forgetting these niggas is actors. That shit was fake.
Yeah.
And to me, it was fake. Because I'm gonna tell you, I've been slapped by.
But I think
I've been slapped by Tackle Chandler plenty of times. It didn't sound like like it did on this. It sounds like pow. It just sounds like a gun going off when you get slapped for real.
But you always talk about that. Did you see how Will's wife? Everybody talked about how she looked at Will after he made that joke about her, and she gave him that look like, nigga, please, you better do something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she gave him that look. But Jada ain't shit anyway. She ain't shit. Jada ain't shit. But you know what? If I was to bring her home, my grandpa Dave would tell me.
What's that?
Okay. Didn't I tell you not to bring none of them funny colored eyed high yellows in here? I tell you, he would disapprove.
Right.
Plus, she's from Baltimore.
Right. Yeah.
That's a third world country.
And then she had a nerve to talk about she talked about how she was upset about people getting all up in her business after the smack. And I'm thinking, you the one that was messing around with a young boy and putting it all out there, and then you're gonna get mad when somebody's up in your business. You know, really, really, really. You know, you put
Yeah,
your
but
business
no,
on
here's the
social media
kicker.
like that, huh?
Here's the kicker. Her
Okay.
coochie must be trash. Cause
Yeah,
he fucking with a dude now.
right.
You know, that must hurt a woman. Well, no, never mind. She been fucking with Will these years.
Right. Yeah, she done been passed around a lot like a football. I'm telling you. So, well, all I know is you can't get mad about your business being on social media when your life is always out on social media, and that's just the way that goes. So, but I want to talk about something else here too. Uh, let me see here, because I just know that you really, and it's just so much going on out here in today's time. It really is. Women in the
Mm-hmm.
business industry. Heard it going to mind. Let's talk about this because this is something that's really something I talked about on my podcast a couple months, 3 or 4 podcasts ago,
Ooh.
and I kept it in there. Here today, gone tomorrow. Love, life, and money. And sometimes I think we take probably the middle one for granted. To me, life. Love we don't take for granted because if you're showing love every day, but life sometimes we can take for granted. Money you don't because you're always you chasing money all the time. You chasing money like it's the last thing you can do without. So, but you can. My thing, I'm not going to elaborate on it right now. I'm going to let you elaborate first, and then I'm going to come back and hand you what I think about all 3 of them because I've said some real solid things about all 3 of them. Here today, gone tomorrow. Love, life, and money.
Here today, gone tomorrow. Love, life, money. The great Jason Phillips said it best. Jadakiss. He said it best. I'd rather be broke together than rich alone.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and far as here today, gone tomorrow, my cousin Snoop in Virginia.
Okay.
He played ball and shit. And he had a barber shop and he did comedy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I had plotted a plan with one of our other homies. He's a city councilman. So I'm hollering at him. I'm getting ready to go back home and do a show.
Right.
So I hollered at my cousin. I'm like, yo. And he was telling me, I want to open for you. I'm like, yo, that'll be huge. You coming back to the game and you opening for me and that'll be dope. Coming
Right.
back to the crib to do that. And I finally got the date from my homie who's the city councilman.
Okay.
And then I hollered back at my cousin. And he didn't holler back.
Okay.
And I was, I'm busy. I'm working like pretty much 72 hours a week. So I look at my phone and I see all of these old basketball pictures of us, not us, but, pictures of our high school, of him in high school. So I'm thinking it probably was one of his youth games or something because I produced comedy shows, he produced youth games,
Right. Okay.
So I'm thinking it's something like that.
Right.
And I come to find out he did.
You finally made it, right?
And it just, man, it was like, I ain't gonna lie. When I found that out, it took something away from, it took a piece of my heart away that I know I'll never get back.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I'm cool with it because it was something medical
Right.
or whatever. So it wasn't like he got shot or it was some foul or whatever.
Right.
It was a natural cause. So it was the universe doing this thing, and I had to respect that, and I appreciated being that instead of something bad.
Right. And I understand that. Yeah. I mean, like I said, here today, gone tomorrow. It's like love, life, and money. Love can be here today, gone tomorrow. This is something I want to say at the end of the podcast, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it now instead of waiting to the end of the podcast. Here's a thought for you. You can love somebody and don't like them. Did you know that? I'm gonna say it again. You can love somebody and don't like them. Real talk. Real talk.
Shit.
And
Shit.
I tell people you can love somebody and don't like them. So that's just.
Vontae Belcher used to tell me that all the time. She used to say, "You know what, boy? I love you, but I ain't got to like you.
Yeah.
Lord didn't say I had to like you.
Right.
Don't you ever forget that. Yeah, I got to love you, but
Right.
I ain't got to like you.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to love you, but I ain't gotta like your motherfucker.
Nah. And as far as the life here today, gone tomorrow, we all know that's true. Think about all the people, especially our younger people, that are here today, gone tomorrow, dying at all type of young ages, and then we got older people. I mean, it just life is not to be taken for granted here in 2023. It's not to be taken for granted ever. Enjoy every moment of life. And money, let me just say this about money. And that's something I think everybody wants, and then when they get it, don't even know how to handle it. The richest man in the world, Michael Jackson, was the most unhappy person in the world. So understand what money is. Yeah, you got to have money, but how much do you really need to be happy? You know, like I tell people, this is the best way I can put this. This is the way I look at it. God may not give me what I want, but He give me what I need. And if all I need is $200 a week, I'm good as long as I'm living. Some people need 200,000. Some people got to rob and steal to get money. No, just enjoy your life. Be thankful that you got food and shelter, because those are two things all you really need, and a little bit of transportation. So, but I wanted to elaborate on that, because here today, gone tomorrow is nothing to play with, and we just take that for granted a whole lot.
What's the Eddie Laverne? You know, the great Eddie Laverne said it best. You know, for a small piece of paper, it carry a lot of weight.
That's right.
You know, for a small piece of paper, carry a lot of weight. You know, but one thing I can say about it, man, is your soul should be priceless.
Yep. Right.
You know, your soul should be priceless. Like when I first started making merch, one of my homies was like, man, if I was you, I'll make some Black Lives Matter t-shirts with George Floyd, Breonna telling me, man, you will make a killing. And he was right.
Right.
And I told him, I said, you know what, you're right. And matter of fact, I can sell dope and make 3 times more money than that, but it don't mean I'm gonna feel good about it.
Right. Exactly.
I wouldn't feel good about that, man.
Yeah. No, you probably
I wouldn't.
Nope. You know, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, because like I said, somebody might be hearing this and need to hear what we said about here they gone on love, life, and money, and it might change their life in that moment. But I'm gonna put you on the spot here right now. I'm gonna put this is all for you, because I've said some things with people, but this is for you here, for the people too. It's for the people who's watching, your people that's watching. Something the people don't know about you. Yeah, something the people don't know about you.
I know where you're going.
Something the people don't know about you. I'm gonna let you elaborate on that, because I've said some things before on my podcast about things people don't know about me, and they probably know everything about my light skinned ass. They know light skin is in. So something.
No, you know, for those who like,
okay,
because my name has a bad taste on, my name got a bad taste in a few people's mouth. You know, but if you sit and some people don't care for me or whatever, but if you sit and ask them, what did he do to you? Nothing. Right. I might, more than likely, I done said something that pissed somebody off. But you had to been fucking with me. That's what it always boiled down to. If you left them, just leave me the fuck alone. But at the same time, being that way, because these guys that I was responding to when I should have just, they open micers and shit like that. I actually produced the show. I'm building a brand. I'm an eagle. I don't walk with chickens. So I can't sit here and complain about the fucking clowns when I'm at the circus kicking it with them. Nah, I produced the fucking circus. I should be way in the back somewhere, not even knowing about none of they bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
And then there were times where I presented problems and I was right.
Right.
But at the same time, I was wrong because I didn't present any solutions.
So basically, you was an angry
You
stand-up
see what I'm
comedian.
saying?
You explaining to people why being an angry stand-up comedian that you're not really not like that. It's just what was going on
Right.
around you at the time. Yep.
I never, and then I never, and it was, like I said, and then I just had to think to myself, don't present a problem unless you already have 3 solutions under your belt.
Right.
Other than that, you're part of the problem yourself.
Yep. Well, I was
There
always
was some,
go
there
ahead.
was some things that I had to take into account. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, and it be what it be. The people that I felt that I was out of pocket with, I talked to them and I apologized to them sincerely
Right.
because I was wrong. Because I was wrong.
Right.
Now, other people that I didn't, fuck them.
Right. Right.
That was meant for us to happen.
Right.
It was meant to get you out my motherfucking way while I'm on my path. That was meant for us.
Right. You sound like Dave Chappelle. Fuck them.
I don't think so, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, anybody can be part of the problem, be part of the solution.
Right.
That's like right. Anybody can. Is that door shut? Yeah.
So when I sat down and admitted that to myself, and I can tell you something else that was a hard pill to swallow as a man.
Okay.
Not everyone is going to show you the same gratitude that you show them.
Yep.
Nobody's obligated to do that. There's no, even though it's a kind gesture, nobody's obligated to do that. And you have to, if you're going to do something and see, my problem was I was helping put motherfuckers on and expecting them to look out for me the same and would get mad when they didn't.
Right.
No, it's business. You hired that motherfucker to do it. 10 minutes said he did it, and that's that. Them keeping it real and sticking together, no, that's not part of the deal.
Right. Yeah.
So when you accept that and then accept the fact that not everybody is going to handle a situation the way that you would, the right way, nobody's obligated to do that. If you're going to do something, you have to do it out the kindness of your heart and not expect nothing else in return.
That's what I was
because favor, give them favor, those are construction for resentment. Right?
You're right. I was just going to say, because let me just put it like this. If I did something for you today, John, if I did something, I did out of the kindness of my heart, not expecting nothing in return. If I get some return, great. If not, I'm still good. But there are people, like you said, don't think like you do or I do, where we just giving and not expecting nothing back. There's some people that give, is first thing they expecting something back, whether it's to the pocket or something. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, is not giving, because you are expecting something back. Now, it's different if it's a contract. You deal in business, but if you
that's trade.
That's right. That's business. But if you just giving just out of your heart, I give not to expect nothing back. That's me, and I stay humble. And staying humble, I'll be blessed among many blessings. So I always just give. I give if I can. If I give time, that's just giving, not expecting nothing back. I don't give expecting something back. If you got that type of mindset, that's not going to be good for you down the road. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for you. It really ain't. So I just give, not expecting nothing back. But a lot of people always expect something back in return, and they shouldn't look at it like that. You just got to give from the heart. And I say don't give. If you can't give and not expect nothing back, don't give it all, because when they don't give something back, now you upset. And the person might not have been thinking like giving something back. They think you just give it. They're not thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, they just are. But with that all that said, I know you. I know you had a. I know you do your shirts and stuff too. I was gonna tell the people maybe you can put your shirts and stuff out there. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. You know I got the petty by nature popping up. Matter of fact, this
Put
is
it on.
one of my joints right here. This is called Slut. You know,
Support
support
underground.
local underground talent.
That's what's going. That's what's up.
That ain't, yeah, now that one, a lot of the bands, you know, been hitting me for those, been rocking those. But
Okay,
this right here, I call these, this is the Hot Wheels right here, the Petty by Nature
I like it.
hoodie.
I like it. Yeah, put that out there. Let's
Oh
see
man, thank you.
that.
Yeah, you like this?
I like it, man. I like it.
I mean, inbox me your size. I give one to you.
And I'll tell you
Matter,
what,
and then
shout out
here,
to you, and I definitely wear it on my podcast just for you to
oh
support
man,
you.
thank you. Matter of fact,
Back to
I
giving, not
would,
expecting nothing in return. You know
no.
what I'm saying? That's what we
I would
do.
make
So
you. I would make something
no,
for you.
you give it straight from the heart. That's what's up. You know. So yeah,
Yeah, this is
I swear,
another one I made.
I'm wearing my Petty by Nature underwear right now.
Ed said he got his
Hey,
petty by nature underwear on.
hey man, look, check this out. Hey, you speaking of petty by nature underwear, hey, you remember back in the day when they used to have the underoos?
Right. Yeah, I
I made
remember.
some I made some for the girls, right? It's called Good Girls Club.
Right.
Thunderoos. You know what I'm saying? These
Oh,
for the plus size chicks right here. It's the
you
shirt
want
with the panties. You
man?
know what I'm saying? Got the cat lady on them.
You
Boom,
going
boom,
all
boom, bang. Wait a minute. Wait. Here we go. Ah, there we go. Right there, right there. See, they like it, boy.
man, now you putting all this great clothing and apparel out there. You're going to have to put your link or something out there on how they can get in contact with you to get some of
Yeah,
this stuff. Y'all see all this stuff he's putting out here. Y'all make sure y'all get in contact. I want you to put something out there. Let them know how to get in contact so they can get some of this stuff, man. Because you got some good stuff.
Go on my in and everything. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everything is Jay Chandler, JEI Chandler. My cash app is $JEIANDCHANDLER. J and Chandler.
Right.
$J and Chandler cash app. Just hit me up. I give you my phone number. You will be communicating with me directly. No Google Bat Cave number or none of that shit because you ain't gonna have my address. So
Right.
and plus I could just easily hit block and mute you the fuck out. You be
Right.
cussing and carrying on and but yeah, but the stuff had to be paid for up front. I don't do no wait, can I get it till Thursday? No.
Wait
If
playing.
you ain't no, my thing
$9 a
is,
week. I
and
get
I try and look, no, and I ain't no asshole, but I'm gonna
right.
tell you, see, people don't understand what I'm like. Look, if you ain't, and I understand why them Korean ladies be like, hurry up and buy,
Uh-huh.
because time is of the essence when you dealing with money in business. You ain't got time to be dealing with a motherfucker that ain't spending no money. You wasting time. Well, I'm sitting here talking to your dumb ass.
Right.
This motherfucker with the money
Right.
done walked out the store. That's
That's
why they
right.
be like, look, man, hurry up and buy. Look. The blunt's $1.05, nigga. You only got 85. Get 30 cents. Buy. Hurry up, buy.
Right.
Well, get buy or get the fuck out. I understand that, man. And it's like, look, if you ain't got no money, don't even inbox me.
Right.
Just don't.
Right.
For real. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, man. This shit is
I already know it's a
never
business.
mind.
It's business,
Yeah.
and you just trying to put your pearl out there for the people to support you, and so and that's what it's about, supporting. I appreciate the people who support my podcast, is watching us right now. All the subscribers I got on YouTube and the followers I got on Facebook, and I'm glad I said Facebook because let me say something while I'm doing this live. I gotta get close to the camera on this. To all my Facebook
Okay.
friends, BHLC podcast and Facebook, Big Light Skin Comedian LB, I think I got 2,000 or 3,000 friends on Facebook, about 300 or 400 followers. But for some
Mm-hmm.
reason, check me out, listen, for some reason, I only got 200 or 300 subscribers on YouTube. Now, something's gonna happen. Now, like I said, back to what I just said, I give from the heart, not expecting nothing. The same way with my friends. I accept you as a friend, even if I don't know you. It's just what I do. But how are you gonna be a friend, even a friend on social media, if you're not liking what I do? I'm not even trying to sell you a pearl. I just want you to like my podcast, or even, so I know I might have to go through some of my friends, John, and get rid of some of them. Because if you can't even just like something that's free, but I shouldn't get rid of them, and I'm not probably not, because I've been saying I was, but I'm not gonna get rid of them. But I just wish they would subscribe more to my podcast. Because if I can be your friend, you can at least just subscribe to my podcast on YouTube. Now I know I got some friends who's old school; they don't even know what YouTube is. They still black and white TV. So, but with that said, I just need y'all to subscribe to my podcast, and I need y'all to subscribe to what Jai Chandler's doing too on Instagram and support him and what we're doing here. Because if you can be a follower or a friend, follow us, subscribe to it. What we're doing. That's all we're asking. That's free. I ain't asking you to buy the shirt or whatever. Lord knows if I start selling T-shirts, oh my God. So please just follow me. Follow me, subscribe to me. That's all I ask y'all to do, especially all the friends I got. But let me just say this. Is there anything else you want to put out there before we get ready to end this podcast? One or two other things I want to shoot out there before I end this podcast. But is there anything else you want to put out there?
Man. We ended it already. I was just getting warmed up.
So you just get warmed up.
I was just getting warmed up, man. Shit, no. Look, check this out. And this is what I want to say to you on that note of far as support.
Yeah.
This is what I want to say to you about that. All right.
Okay.
Yes, we do expect our friends to support. But at the end of the day, that little black motherfucker Kevin Hart sell out all these stadiums and coliseums and arenas all around the world.
Right.
It ain't all his friends.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Sometimes you had to go away from where you from. Even Jesus left Bethlehem. Even Muhammad left, what was it, Mecca? Wherever he was from, they both left where they were from and became great. Right. So sometimes you got to get out of where you from to become great. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you something that I learned with DJing, with this apparel and comedy.
Right.
Everybody ain't gonna start fucking with you until everybody start fucking with you. When your friends, where you at, start seeing motherfuckers from New York, California, New Zealand, Amsterdam, fucking with your shit, then they gonna get on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't, God forbid, you get a deal and it get leaked on TMZ or something. They get ready to sign some dude from Kentucky and it's you. Oh man, everybody go, oh, that was my homie. Everybody gonna be posting all the pictures of y'all at the old open mics and shit and all of that, and they ain't never been done nothing for you. Yep. You put them in a show, they don't even share the fucking flyer.
You're right. You're exactly right. I remember one time I did a comedy show when Mike Epps came here, and I kind of opened up for him. And I was talking to him at the bar, or really back in the back of the green, we was talking. I said, hey, man, 20, 30 years ago, I've been doing this thing for a long time. I said, man, what I got to do to make it in this business? And his exact words, he looked at me and said, get the fuck out of Kentucky. Exactly what he said, get out of Kentucky. And it has stuck with me from day one. So basically what he's saying is I have to get out of here and promote myself otherwise. And that's one of the reasons I started this podcast, because I know this could be seen by everybody worldwide. And also me doing stand-up wherever I do it, out of the state of Kentucky or whatever. But he said it best, get the fuck out of Kentucky. It's the only way you're going to make it, if you're trying to make it. So that's just the real talk on it. Let me see, I got a comment here before we go here. A friend of mine from Mook in the Morning, she hosts it in a Perfect Peace. She said, I'm so late, so sorry.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Perfect Peace. It's all good. I've been talking about Mook in the Morning. Hopefully they come and follow Mook in the Morning at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to get on that as soon as
check it out, man.
The show over.
Man, it's a lot of great things he talk about, a lot of great topics, and we have a lot of fun. I'm trying to get Perfect Peace and some this little light-skinned queen, Sharonda. I'm trying to get them on my podcast here, because we have fun, a lot of fun on Mook in the Morning. So, but I appreciate you tuning in, Perfect Peace. But you're right though, Chad. What you're saying, people will automatically start. Soon as Ty Chandler signed
What
the contract, he's
the
going to be
fuck?
on TV. Everybody's calling you, ain't they?
Okay, back online.
Yeah, you back on. Everybody's calling you, ain't they? As soon as you sign a contract,
This
you be
motherfucker
on
done clip.
Netflix or something.
It's
Everybody's
still
calling.
going.
Yeah.
All right, the clock tick. Okay, it's refreshing right now. There you go.
Yeah, I can see. I still can see you. Yeah, Perfect Peace.
All
You
right.
said you're ready. Okay, well, I'm going to have to have you on my podcast maybe next month. So my next one's May 13th. But you're exactly right, Jai, about that. Soon as something big happens, everybody be on the wagon with it. So I want to talk about this for too. We can talk about this pre-Father's Day comedy show. BHLC production, my production, but I got 6 comedians and a host. I'm gonna tell you who my host is. You got to come to the show to see who the comedians that I see the flyer. The host is the person right here on this podcast. You're looking at him. I told him, I said, I want you to host. That's right. I want you to host because we're gonna have fun. It's pre-Father's Day comedy show. It's the day before Father's Day, June 17th of this year. Tickets are $15 advance, $20 a door. You get your $50 advance tickets from any one of the comedians or even your host. So with that said, y'all need to get that ticket because it's going to be sold out. It's going to be right here while I do my podcast every second Saturday, 21st Germantown, 21st Borough Room. And we're going to have a ball. I got 6 funny comedians, and they are funny. And y'all going to laugh. It's going to be some Father's Day jokes flowing. It's going to be a lot of different type of jokes flowing. But
I might even bring the Bill Cosby. I might even come out down. Hey, ladies, do me a favor. Don't sit drinks at the table. Walk away from me because I'm in the house.
Yeah, we're gonna have some good time, and I can't wait because I know you. I love your stand up and you hosting. Oh man, it's gonna be very funny. Y'all need to make sure y'all come to.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate it.
Man, because we are going to have some fun, and I can't wait to see.
Hey man, I like hosting. I like hosting because it kind of like it give me a chance to breathe.
Yeah,
and it give me a chance to just. Cause see, as a host, I mean, yeah, I could be funny, but the only thing is, and Eric Kimbrough taught me this a long time ago. He was like, "Nigga, you the host." And TK Kirkland told me the same thing. Look, nigga, you the host. You ain't gotta be funny. Motherfuckers just gotta like you. These other niggas gotta be funny. Only thing you gotta do is say one or two, you know what I'm saying, in between. Keep them nice. You know, they keep liking you. Be a little, but these niggas gotta be funny.
Right. Well, you the first face, they see the last face, but you're gonna be funny. That's just who you are.
Right.
So, but they right there.
Right,
all the hosts do is keep the show glued together more than anything, and next comedian coming up. Because the last thing a comedian want to do is come up to after another comedian who wasn't funny. But I don't have it on my shows. Everybody's funny. So,
and hold on. And I got as far as hosting, I want to give props to Meech Dog.
Oh yeah, that's my dog.
Meech Dog, UB Thomas.
I know you.
And West End Pookie.
Definitely West End.
Because what I did was I watched them and was like, okay, do this. Okay, do that. And then I had Baki Summers pulled me to the side one night and was like, look, you doing real good.
Right.
But when you do this, don't. Because that causes this reaction that you don't want.
Right.
And it was like steel sharp as steel. So I want to give them their props, man, because, they helped me become better at what I do.
Right. Comedy's edgy. My thing is with stand-up, it's edgy. And some people's going to get in some ain't, but it's really edgy. But the real funny edge stuff and the reality stuff you talk about is the most funniest. So, but with that said, too, for real, and I just wanted, man, I really, really enjoyed having you as my guest, man. But
thank you. Oh yeah, before I go, man, I want to give a shout out to Luther Chauncey, because he was the cat that said, "Hey, Chandler, you need to come out your goddamn shell."
Yep.
It was him, and my grandma Liz,
Man.
God rest her soul. She's like one of my, she's like one of my influences, pretty
Right.
much. So, and I mean, like tonight, having this, being on this show,
Man, come on.
it's like it's made me look at comedy different.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't look at when like back in the day, like before this show, if you had to ask me who my favorite comedians were, it
Uh-huh.
probably would have been Wild Man Steve, Dolomite, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, George Carlin,
Right.
Sam Kennison, those cats.
Right.
But now it's like just sitting here thinking about it and being on here thinking about shit. My fucking favorite comedians is, you know what I'm saying? Jay Chandler. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Big
Right.
Ed Light Skin comedy.
Right.
OG Sporty, you know.
Different type of comedy.
Daniel, what's it? What's the big teddy bear guy? What's his name? Like the Barry White of comedy.
Lavelle Crawford.
Dino, comedian Big Dino.
Dino, yeah. Yeah, look, we
Yeah,
got
Chucky, my colleagues, people that I'm around, them, people that I'm around, people that I do shows with, those are my favorites. Those are my legends that,
right.
what I'm saying? Those are my legends that replace the ones that, because at the end of the day, Mike Epps ain't gonna sit back and say Jay Chandler one of his favorite comedians.
Right. Yeah. Jay, look here. We got some people commenting all of a sudden too, getting it in. One perfect piece said comedy is changing. It's too serious now. And I think she got a good point there, considering what happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith. But and then Greg Bubba Blaine said, me and Kenny is still the fat kid and play. Y'all two are the old kid and play. That's funny, Bubba. He said, yeah, me and Kenny is still the fat kid, but y'all two the old kid and play. But hey man,
Tell Bubba his joking license is revoked.
that's my light skin. That's my light. Hey, Bubba, that's my light skin. That's my
I
light
mean, he
skin.
wanted half a German Shepherd on stage at 21st Amendment.
Leave my light skinned cousin now, man. Leave my light skinned cousin alone.
All right.
It's
Okay.
crazy. It's funny. But you know what,
Okay.
man? On that note, though, like I said, they know how to get in contact with Jay Chandler on Instagram, Facebook, and if nothing else, I'm gonna send you this podcast, the link, and I'm gonna run it again anyway, probably next week. So, long story short, people know how to get in contact with you, and they will get in contact with you. And make sure y'all come to the Pre-Father's Day Comedy Show because Jay Chandler
Hold up.
hosting. Go ahead.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. I'm also on farmersonly.com called my profile is.
You got any upcoming shows? You got any upcoming shows? That's anything you're producing here real soon?
Yeah, man. I got the doggone. I got Heather Romero out there in Danville, Kentucky at the Nook. I'm doing the show with her May 13th.
Okay.
May 13th. Oh yeah, Larry Starks is on that show.
Okay.
Larry Starks, Heather Romero.
Never met him. Very funny.
Yeah, Jessica Settles is on it. And then she has a musical guest as well. I forgot his name. And I sincerely apologize for that. And then June 9th, we got the Ladies' Night of Comedy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Ladies' Night of Comedy. I got the girls is gonna come out and rip it. They're gonna come out and rip it, doggone it. I got West End Pookie, Jacqueline Metcalf, Jessica Settles, Aaron Donald.
Oh, you're gonna.
And I think I got some, and Heather Romero, and I think I got one more.
Okay.
But it's a special. But the thing, and I got musical guest Lady Lou. She's a rapper up here in Louisville. Her mixtape is hot.
Right.
Yeah, her mixtape is hot. Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, but she's gonna be doing her new single, and then I got a special treat. I can't let it go just yet. But man, this show is gonna be off the motherfucking chain, and it's gonna be where you sitting there right there at 21st Amendment.
Right.
21st Amendment.
So
Now here's the thing. I'm
okay.
doing something different that people ain't gonna like.
Okay. What you got?
Now, I want it to be some grown adult shit. So there's a proper attire. I don't
Wrong.
want no sneakers in that motherfucker.
There
No
you go.
sneakers,
Wrong, folks.
no jeans.
Right.
If you got on sneakers and jeans, then you gotta pay a $50 sneaker and jean fee.
Right. Wrong, folks.
That go on there. Cause see, this is the thing. If you really want to ball out and be fly, ball out and be fly. When them girls look and see you got on sneakers and jeans, they gonna know this nigga just paid $50 to get in here. Maybe I can get a Corona out this sneaker.
Wrong,
Yeah.
folks. Yeah. So y'all be looking for that on Jay Chandler's Instagram page and on his social media. Be looking for that flyer to go support him and all these different things he's producing.
And look, one more thing. We're giving out long stem roses and gift bags to the first 24 ladies. The first 24 ladies.
Y'all heard it. First 24 ladies. Y'all heard that. See, that's what's up. I tell people all the time, it's always about showing the love and giving the love. And that will make people come to you more than anything. Because the thing at the end of the night on my shows, the best thing I like hearing from people, especially next day or even that night, man, we had a good time.
And I hope your guests do, because I did.
They came, and that's me. I want to have a good time, and their hearts and soul be filled with laughter. Because laughter is the best thing, especially when you're going through something personally or just what's going on around you, whatever. Best thing for you that can heal your soul in that moment. So,
well, I tell you what. Next time you come to Uki Mindworks Studios, we had turntables and shit set up and do it live. I'll do some sickers on there for you, you know, baby.
Right. Yeah.
You know, bring the music and comedy together.
Yep. But with that said, the BHLC podcast will be May 13th, the next one, the second Saturday of the month. Make sure you tune in, subscribe to the podcast. Like I said, a BHLC podcast on YouTube, or go to my Facebook page, Big LIC in the column with the big LB. Make sure you support Jay Chandler at Petty Nature. Support what he's doing. Support local underground talent. Support what he's doing. And nothing else. I try to always, like I said, leave with a positive influence, something positive to say that can hit you right here. Because a lot of times we need to be hit right here and right here at the same time. Like I'm going to say the same thing I said earlier. Just because I love you don't mean I like you. And there is a difference. Just like whether I'm talking, there's a difference between talking to you and talking at you. There's a difference. So with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast tonight. You've been a great guest, man.
Thank you.
Subscribe, and make sure y'all tune in to Mook in the Morning on Instagram, Monday through Friday, 9 to 10. You'll see me on there sometimes. Keep supporting local talent. Keep supporting my podcast. Like I said, enjoy life, enjoy every moment of life, and be who you are, because that's all you can be at the end of the day. This is the BHLC podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. May 13th is the next one. Make sure you tune in for the Father's Day comedy show, June 17th here at 21st Germantown. And also support what they're doing here at 21st Germantown. Support this Big Egg Grill meatloaf he gave me. So I love y'all. Much love to you, Jab, man. I got to get out of here. Keep supporting us. Keep supporting local talent. Love you. Much love to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Salute.
Salute.
Mm-hmm.